The new play at Keyano Theatre is Vigilante. It runs from the 28th of November to the 7th of December. Make sure you get your tickets, keyano.ca/theatre, or make sure you get them at the box office. Let's take a little preview of the new play, Vigilante by Catalyst Theatre.
And thus began what the good people of Lucan like to call the Reign of Terror.
Started with just one little spark in Jimmy Maloney's wagon shop. An accident, everyone said, and of course we agreed, for it's not so hard to believe. After one, the dark where no one sees, just one spark is sure to please. Bit of straw, bit of hay, light a match and make them pay.
Okay, you wrote and did all the music for it. Tell me, what is Vigilante all about?
It's the story of a family who were actually murdered in their home in the mid-19th century in Canada. It's a fairly famous unsolved murder mystery. There was a witness to the crime, but he was never able to actually see the people brought to justice. And so this is a story that's really captured the imaginations of a lot of Canadians over the last 150 years. People trying to figure out what exactly happened.
So do you try to figure out, not that I want to know the plot, but is that sort of what the story's about? Is you're trying to figure out the end of it? Or?
Well, in our version, we kind of give the family themselves a chance to speak. The ghosts of the family members come back and they tell their version of the story. So I'm not sure they're entirely to be trusted for their perspective on things. It's definitely a slanted perspective, but they have their own version of the story to tell.
The dark where no one sees, just one spark is sure to please. Bit of straw, bit of hay, light a match and make them pay. In the dark where no one sees, just one spark is sure to please. Bit of straw, bit of hay, light a match and make them pay. 2 more weeks, 2 more fires, another stable and a wagon shop. All my friends of Ryder and Keith, coincidence of thought.
Scott, what character do you play in Vigilante? And maybe you can explain a little in-depth character without getting into the story too much, what you're all about.
I play Thomas Donnelly, which is one of the Donnelly brothers, and Vigilante is based on the Donnelly family that was in Lucan in Ontario, and they were, long story short, they were brutally murdered by the town. Their house was set ablaze, and no one was ever charged for the crimes. No one was ever convicted of anything. So the town kind of did this and then never talked about it again. And I play one of the brothers of that family.
All right, now you're dead in the play?
Yeah. Well, it's like the great thing about theater is that we can give voices to people that are gone in a theatrical way. That like we don't know if this is actually how they felt, but we can let our ideas of them and our imagination bring these characters to life, even though they're dead. But yes, in the play we are the Donnelly family again coming together to tell our story.
Was once a place full of grace and dignity. This was once a place where we dreamed that we would be happy. This was once our home, and of course we agreed. But of course our foes had it out for us. Had seen some fires in Ireland where they called us heretic traitors, simply for dealing with Protestants. And now even here, it was them, the white boys. So they found a new name, called themselves Vigilante.
Okay, Will Donnelly, what role does he play in the whole family and the Black Donnelly murder here?
In the actual history itself, he's the second oldest brother and considered to be one of the most intelligent of the Donnellys. He was born with a club foot and that was no hindrance on him whatsoever. Like he was often described. I read a couple of passages where he's described as just a kind of crazy man that you run into a bar and you just look in his eyes and it looks like you knew that he would just jump you in a second. But I think kind of all the Donnelly brothers were kind of like that. He was also considered kind of a ladies' man, all things considered. Had a couple of girls that he fell in love with, but it was love. Like he wasn't a ladies' man. Like he would go sleeping around with a bunch of people. He actually honestly fell in love. So an interesting guy, like just so strong and rough, but also tender.
Don't expect us to just stand by. Don't expect us to turn the other cheek. Don't expect us to run. Don't expect us to hide. Don't expect us to just lie down and die. Don't expect us to just stand by. Don't expect us to turn the other cheek. Don't expect us to run. Don't expect us to hide. Don't expect us to just lie down and die. Don't expect us to just lie down and die.